Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I might have your attention, please. You're very welcome to the 5th International Construction Management Conference here at GMIT. I'm Martin Taggart from the Department of Building Civil Engineering, and I'll be acting as chair today. So just before we start, there's a couple of small housekeeping issues just to go through. Glad to see very many visitors from around the country here today to support our conference. For insurance purposes, I'm required to tell you we've no planned fire drills today, so any fire alarm would be treated as a genuine event. With 4 exits in this room, 2 left and right, and 2 left and right at the top. Car parking here on the campus is controlled by an outside company, so I'll just tell you that with a special moratorium today, there'll be no clamping on campus, so as long as you're parked in a parking bay, you won't be clamped, even if it's not your own parking bay. But double yellow lines and disabled bays and causing obstruction, you might still be towed. Many of you have mentioned wanting certificates for continuing professional development. So the conference here has been certified by the professional bodies sponsoring us, 5.5 hours CPD. My colleague Sean Canny will be giving out certificates. Sean will be on one of the desks out in the lobby during the tea break. To the programme with a small number of changes. Minister of State Paudie Coffey is unfortunately unable to stay for the Q&A session was advertised in some of the earlier editions of the programme. Justin Malloy of the local CIF will step in and help John O'Regan with the questions. Martin Acton is listed for Irish Water, unfortunately cannot attend. His place will be taken by Conor Coyne and Ricky Cannon from Irish Water. Third breakout session, which is listed as being held in room 1032, has now been moved to 1041. Rooms are opposite one another, just a larger room we've moved that to, so they're the only notified programme changes. I'll now ask Michael Carmody, President of GMIT, to formally welcome you to the conference. Thank you.
First of all, it is a great pleasure for me to be with you today to welcome you to the 5th Annual International Construction Management Conference here in GMIT, and to say that we are very pleased to be in a position to host the conference this year. I would particularly like to welcome Mr. Paudie Coffey, TD, Minister of State in the Department of the Environment, with special responsibility for housing planning and coordination of the Construction 2020 strategy, and thank him for taking the time from his busy schedule to be with us this morning. I would also like to offer our sincere thanks to the panel of top-class expert speakers, all leaders in their field, who have joined us this morning for what I am sure will prove to be an interesting and informative day. And of course to the sponsors of the event who make the conference possible. I am sure we're all very pleased to see the ongoing uplift in the construction sector. Growth and recovery are coming to the industry, although those of us in the west of Ireland would probably wish for it to arrive at a slightly faster pace, but the general trends are positive. Today, we have 150 guests from outside of GMIT, which when added to our own staff and students, will result in an excess of 300 people likely to attend the conference during the day, which in itself is a vote of confidence in the future of the construction industry in Ireland. That positivity in the industry is also being reflected in demand for our placement students and graduates. During the past year, we have noticed that demand for our placement students has increased to such an extent that demand now far outstrips the numbers we are able to supply. The demand for graduates is also much increased, particularly in the buoyant UK market and on the east coast of Ireland. However, we are also seeing local companies in the region offering employment opportunities to graduates, which is a very positive sign. That uplift is also visible in the significant growth we are seeing this year in applications through the CAO to attend GMIT and indeed other colleges for programs in the built environment disciplines. It is clear that the significant and ongoing efforts of the government in restoring the public finances and in promoting job creation and reducing unemployment are being recognised by the general population, who can now see an Ireland which will continue to grow and I would like to congratulate the Minister and the Government on their achievements to date. While this growth in demand is very welcome, it comes against a background of very challenging conditions within the higher education sector, both from a funding point of view and from an employment of staff perspective. There is no question that the supply of high-quality graduates with relevant technology skills is an essential factor in ensuring an economy which can grow and prosper. We of course recognise that why these constraints were necessary, but I would appeal to the Minister and the Government to recognise that a sustainable funding model is now needed for higher education institutions in Ireland. Within GMIT, 2014 saw a major programmatic review taking place across the whole of our programmes across GMIT and using a wide range of quality metrics. I would like to thank the members of the wider built environment community, many of whom are here today, for their contribution in that process. Many of you engaged with us and took part in focus panels, took part in online surveys and sat on the review panels themselves. I offer my sincere thanks for your efforts and trust the results will be graduates who will transition seamlessly into the future workplace and meet your expectations. The review panel felt this conference was an exemplar of how higher education and industry can come together to produce a collaborative and beneficial forum to interact and exchange ideas and opinions. The accreditation of our programmes by the professional bodies is an important aspect of our quality assurance processes. I am also pleased to note that the Chief Executive of the Chartered Association of Building Engineers, Dr. John Hooper, will be visiting GMIT in April for discussions with our building and civil engineering staff in regard to the accreditation of our programmes. We look forward to positively engaging in that process and, following a successful conclusion, opening a pathway for our students to obtain the valuable Chartered Building Engineer designation following appropriate industrial experience. I also note we've obtained accreditation by the Society of Chartered Surveyors in Ireland for our Building Economics and Quantity Surveying programme, and indeed recently hosted a successful panel visit with the SCSI in late 2014. Following the establishment of the QQI by the current government, our long-standing programme accreditations with the Chartered Institute of Building are due to be reviewed before September 2015. Our building and civil engineering staff are actively engaged with the CIOB in this process to apply for and revalidate a new accreditation from September, and we expect that process will be successful. On the broader issue of higher education, I am pleased to say that GMIT, along with our partners in the Connacht Ulster Alliance, IT Sligo and Letterkenny IT, which was launched by Taoiseach in July 2012, last week submitted an expression of interest to the Higher Education Authority to be redesignated as a technological university. This is but the first of 4 stages, which will take a number of years to complete. But our vision is for a comprehensive multi-campus technological university along the West Coast, which will complement NUI Galway, with both institutions working together to support the regional economic and social development of the region. We believe a technological university in the West and Northwest is an essential element in ensuring the future success of this region and in providing quality employment opportunities for future generations of graduates. Finally, I would like to thank Martin Taggart and the committee for organising today's conference, and I hope you all enjoy an informative and interesting day. Thank you.